Electrolytes, it's what the plants need.
Alright, so just woke up. Hope I'm having a good hair day. Coffee is life. AeroPress is how we do it. Yeah, changing it up. Some different frozen waffles. Really not much different. Ironically, I grew up as a pancake guy, really more, but do like something sweet with my coffee in the morning. I'm gonna put some peanut butter all over it. No palm oils in there, just straight up ground peanuts, and some maple syrup. I like the darker grades. I like all maple syrup, but it's got to be real maple syrup. You know what? We'll add in a banana too. We'll cut up a banana and put it on top of there. Try to make it a little healthier. Alright, there's the finished product. There's breakfast. Nice coffee too. A nice mug. Keeps it nice and hot. Gotta keep the coffee hot. Only like hot coffee. One of the books I'm reading now. Good book. Read most of Godin's books. Oh, I didn't fix my hair yet. Well, some days, there's a lot of days that I go out without looking in the mirror ever, but today's February 7th. As a vlog, what I eat in a day. My training, we got an easy day planned, which means just high mileage. Probably gonna run twice today. We're gonna go up to my favorite trails at Batasso. It's probably gonna be a little covered in snow, so I'll wear the Speed Goat 2 and some traction, some warmer clothes. I don't know the trail conditions up there. Haven't been on the trails for a long time. Really excited to get in some little rolling hills and share that with you guys. Then maybe do an evening run, group run at the running store. Local running store. There's a lot of group runs you could do in Boulder, but I like to do this one. Good Wednesday evening run. Get an extra 5 or 6 miles, but looking at trying to hit 105 miles this week, so it's like 168 kilometers about, I think, and building back. So if you look at just a screenshot of my training log there, that Sandy and I have been working on and subject to change still, but first 2 weeks back basically for heavy training. I took kind of 2 weeks lower volume, downtime. It coincided with the Thailand trip right after Houston. Tried to get recovery, but also, gained a little weight, lost a little fitness. I lose fitness very, very quickly when I'm not running 100 miles a week, so it's kind of all relative to your own fitness, right? If you go from not running at all to running 30 miles a week or 50K a week, you could gain a lot of fitness. You could even gain some VO2 max. Whereas if you're like me and you're used to always running 80, 90, 100 miles a week, you actually regress off your edge pretty fast. There's still a baseline of fitness. You're still, around 85, 90%, but to get that extra 10% to 100 takes longer when you've been in the game longer and when you've been training closer to really high volume. I'm gonna assume most of you don't train quite at the volume I do. Maybe some of you train more, I don't know, but that's just my take on that. Anyway, I digress. So we're getting the miles in, easy double run day, working on some speed. It's been a little hard because I've started throwing in some, Sandy threw in the track workout, but then going to the gym and doing a couple lifts. It's the extra stone that we don't want to leave unturned basically, and it's more for injury prevention, injury resistance, trying to improve that hip and the glute activation, stretch out the hips mainly, but also improve strength by flexing those glutes and getting that core strong, right? It's not just your abs, it's your hips and lower back as well. It's not that I want to bulk up in the gym or improve my vertical really that much or anything like that, and I honestly am not going to spend that much time in the gym. I think a lot of mobility drills are great to do and stretching. In general though, if you're a distance runner and you want to get better at running, you have to run more. That being said, the gym works good if you want to be an all-around athlete, you want to look toned, you want to, if you have an injury problem that needs to be addressed and injury is holding you back from running more mileage,
then going to the gym or doing these supplemental exercises and extra stuff really is going to help. Or if you have a really bad form problem, the strength training really helps. But it's not some magical pill that's going to totally transform your running and make you a lot faster as a distance runner, whereas running generally higher mileage and being consistent and healthy will. So that's my take on that. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to go. I've been, typical routine in the morning. I wake up, my hair's a mess. I do some work on the computer, I check social media, I do some emails, grinding out some emails already before the first run. I like to do that as part of my routine. See my, let's do the office clip there. Office. Here's my workstation. This is where all the magic happens. It's pretty messy, but it's also our kitchen. That's great. I do not sit well in this chair though, and that hurts my back, so Sandy got me this, but yeah, I gotta sit with good form, work at the desk. It's my workstation and the kitchen counter. So yeah, real quick, we'll do some business plugs actually, since I was working on the site yesterday as well, sagerunning.com, sell training plans, any service, any distance. Just uploaded a new plan. It's a Boston Marathon specific training plan just for people training for the Boston Marathon. To be honest, it's probably too late for you guys this year. We're less than 10 weeks out from Boston, but it's a 14-week plan. So, if you're already training for Boston this year, you've probably already got your plan going. You've been rolling into some higher mileage now. But this addresses the hills, specifically in Boston. It comes with a special training guide section. Our training guide has a strength flexibility routine already in it, but this includes also a course looking at the Newton Hills, looking at the course profile, and kind of our philosophy in training to prepare the legs for the hills, specifically for the Boston Marathon course. You can see some of the clips there, as well as just an integrated, periodized training plan, much like our rather advanced BQ plan to get you a marathon PR. This is looking at people that already run the BQ, obviously qualified for Boston. You're looking to run your personal best or do as well as you can at the Boston Marathon. And generally it's, people in the low 3-hour marathon range to even sub 250 or sub 245 in the marathon. It's kind of addressed for those types of people. It goes up to 80 miles a week at the highest side, or 65 miles per week if you take things more conservatively or you don't have enough time. But those are the peak mileage weeks. There's a lot in the 60 to 70 mile range. And again, yeah, 14 weeks. Prerequisites are on the website, on the plan. You can check it out, sagerunning.com. We also have, of course, 5K, 10K, half marathon, 50K trail, 100K trail, and all those other plans, the mountain plan, things like that. But thanks so much for your support on there. Also, one more little plug. Some of you may not know, some of you probably do know, I self-published a book back in the day. It was a long time ago, right out of college. I ran professionally for this marathon training road group. It's full of typos. Sentence structure is really bad. I'm not a writer. I don't try to be a good writer. Probably should have had it proofread a little bit more, but again, self-published book about my experiences running pro in the marathon. Ironically, training for the 2009 Boston Marathon right out of college when I ran for this Olympic development program, things I learned in the pro road running scene. It's full of all sorts of immature comments and potty humor and things like that, but it's honestly how I felt at the time and that stage in my life. My early to mid 20s. I was there for about 3 years through the 2012 Olympic trials, but I mainly talk about training for the Boston Marathon in 2009 and kind of the history of the program, at least from my perspective in my shoes. So check it out. It's on Amazon, ebook and paperback form. This running for the Hansons. Thanks guys. Yeah, it's not well written. I'm not a writer. That's why I do these videos. But let's get out to the Batasso Trail. So we're gonna head up the canyon, and I will see you on the trailhead parking lot.
Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. When I never lost a minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been.
Alright, so not too hot or not too snowy up here at Batasso Preserve off of Canyon here. Got the parking lot to myself. Take this layer off, do a gear check here. I gotta take my pants off. I got the Speed Guts, Hoka 1-1 Speed Gut 2. Good traction for the snow if it does get snowy up there. Drymax Sage Runner sock. Check them out, Drymax sock, Sage Runner. No blisters. Compressed Sport R2 calf sleeves. Yeah, Garmin 620. Put this run on Strava so you can see it on Strava. Yeah, it should be a nice hut. We got a nice climb up. The first mile is a big climb up to about 6,000, 7,000 feet, rolling hills, nice single track. It's closed to bikes on Wednesdays and Saturdays, I believe. So good rolling single track. It'll be almost 16K, almost 10 miles if I do the full loop, plus this little appendage. But, you know, good rolling hills, getting in some good hills, soft surface is real key. Building up mileage this week. I'll tell you about my training as we get out there. Let's get out there. So I got a 2012 Subaru Forester, and the wiper blade is broken. Now I've replaced many a wiper arm in my day. Well, not many, like 4, but mainly on Sandy's car, and it's usually a J-hook. I don't know what this is. I cannot get it off. It's got a weird thing going on there. I just need to replace it. I got some Rain-X blades to replace it. Usually it just slips off. There's a little tab or something. The J-hook, I cannot pull the sucker off. Any help here? I could change a flat tire too. I've changed a lot of flat tires in my day. Probably like 4, 6, 8 times flat tires. I don't know anything else about cars though, so any help would be appreciated. Got to get that ready for the winter, for when it snows again. Wiper blades, important. Safety. Haven't climbed like this for a while, not on the trails. Oh, Picasso, I missed you. So yeah, really nice day up here. Not too much snow yet. Sometimes I snowshoe up here in the dead of winter, but yeah, great runnable surface, soft surface. It's important because I've been running a lot on pavement. There's definitely an injury risk, even with, you know, Hokas certainly help and feel good on the pavement, which you need to get your legs calloused to. But when you're logging this many miles, it's good to do some softer surface training, especially for easy, relaxed runs, which is what today's all about, getting the miles in. And yeah, building mileage up pretty aggressively. So hit over 90 miles last week, going for over 105 this week, then 110, 115, 120 is gonna be about where we top out at for a number of weeks. Try to hold that average over 110, probably for at least 6 weeks, and then taper down. But you know, I found over my career, I started running over 100 miles a week as a sophomore in college, which is a long time ago, right? It's like over 10 years ago. And I ran up to 150 miles a week. I don't even know what that is in kilometers. I'll convert it there. It's a lot. And that was too much. And at Hanson's doing road marathon training, a lot of my teammates ran 140 miles a week a lot. And I've done that, 130, 140. But I tend to overtrain when I run over 130 miles a week. So I found my sweet spot actually tends to be more like 120 miles a week, and that's about what I ran when I ran my PR of 2:16:52 in the marathon. But I was doing a lot of speed work as well, and coming off of a 104 half marathon. So, you know, what you do before your marathon training matters. It's good to do speed work, 10K half marathon, optimize those times first in that speed, then extend it to marathoning. And that's just a basic speed thing. It's also a good change in variety in training, and hopefully it'll apply for me moving from faster road marathons to the trail races I plan on doing this year that are also marathons. It's just good fun to mix it up, I think. Let's enjoy this trail. Oh, I forgot to point out my mountaineering glasses here, Julbo mountaineering glasses, you know, for the snow up here in the alpine environments. So context of training, the workouts, you know, I did put a lot of stress on my legs, doing some speed work right away. People pointed out it's only 3 weeks after Houston, which is definitely a little risky. So you have these different variables. You're raising your mileage, which is one variable. One, stress, that's hard enough. should first do that with just easy miles, which I didn't. Then you're adding in speed work, which is another stress, right? Repeat 400s, did an up-tempo run, 8 miles yesterday, up-tempo, what is that, like 13K, 5:30 pace, average heart rate 162. It's okay, still getting back. Definitely lost some fitness after the break, but still riding fitness after Houston. And the speed is coming back faster now, so I think that's a really good sign for Boston. The other stress, of course, is going to the gym, lifting with my weights, especially with bad form, and you know, risking hurting my back. So you have to be really careful with that. And again, it's just the extra icing on the cake. Appreciate your comments. I know a lot of you spend a lot more time in the gym than I have, that's for sure, and really do appreciate the positive feedback and the well wishes. So thanks for that. This trail's more technical than I remembered. Woo! Alright, so at the end of the week then, after doing some more speed economy workouts and up-tempo, nothing too hard yet, because I mentioned all those variables are stress, and my legs feel it. They are a bit tired, more tired than they might be in 3 weeks when I'm running higher mileage, but they get used to it, hopefully. It's adaptation. It's a long run. So this weekend, got about 20 miles planned one day. Pretty easy, moderate, 32K, nothing crazy yet. Later on in the training cycle, there'll be a couple longer long runs, 22, 23 milers, where I absolutely will throw down, and it will hurt a lot and be hard, and some of the miles will be close to marathon race pace, because it's specific marathon training, some hard long runs off high mileage. But the other difference in this training cycle, at Coach Sandy's recommendation, which I think is great advice, is to mix in some shorter distance races. So yeah, I signed up for a local 10K fun run. Well, it'll be hard. It'll be in lieu of a hard workout. And then maybe a 15K to get the legs turning over, hopefully at low 5-minute mile pace, at least 10-15 seconds a mile faster than marathon race pace about, given the hills. And you know, work on that lactate threshold, VO2 max type of power, aerobic power, and leg turnover. So that's the plan. It's always worked really well for me in the past, moving from shorter distance races like 5K and 10K in college, moving up in distance to the marathon. It's a matter of extension. If you put in the high mileage, it's the easier transition to make. Of course, it depends on your genetics, slow twitch muscle fibers, running economy, things like that, not getting hurt. But yeah, that kind of cycle of shorter races moving up to longer races worked well for me. Worked better in the past as a pro marathon road runner, coming off of half marathons, moving up to marathons, racing 10Ks, things like that. So that's the idea. And yeah, I get some momentum going, some speed going into Boston, but still train for the hills a little bit. Gotta train for some hills for Boston. Alright, it's back at the car. Actually got 10 miles out of it because I went the wrong way. I was so in the zone. I went the wrong way. It's a figure 8 kind of with the out and back, but do a little light stretching here. Try to get my wiper blade off still. See, I thought it was a J-hook originally. And then now, I don't think it is a J-hook. Then I thought it was a pin hook, but it's not a pin either. It doesn't come out. So I'm gonna break something. It's not good. It's embarrassing. So yeah, do some light stretching here. Gotta work the hamstrings, stretch out the hips a bit. Kind of do these lunges. It's not ideal because I have to sit in the car, drive back into town. It's only 10 or 15 minutes, so it's not too bad. Should I pick up some lunch, eat out today, save some time before we, well, do core 2, and then do some work, get ready for the second run. But I'm gonna have Rehydrate here, obviously a sponsor plug. Some Electro Ride, it's got the electrolytes in it. Electrolytes, Electro Ride, Spring Energy. Enter code SAGE for a discount, as well as the Canaday. Just came out in the last couple of weeks. Great strawberry blast flavor. Took it at Houston, worked really well. No bonking, no stomach issues. Goes down smooth. It's a great texture. Again, discount code SAGE. My Spring Energy. But yeah, we'll drink this. I'll mix it in my Nathan 18-ounce bottle. Just mixes with water. You know, gotta rehydrate. It's nice and dry and sunny out here. Didn't drink anything on the run, so I gotta stay hydrated. Electrolytes. It's what the plants need. That's a movie reference. See if you guys get it. It's what my body needs.
Alright, back in downtown Boulder, off of Pearl Street. We're gonna go to Chipotle for lunch because I got some gift cards for Christmas. Got a couple present gift cards, so I gotta use them up. Sandy and I don't eat out a ton. We eat out probably on average once a week. It gets fairly expensive. Obviously, you could save costs by cooking at home a lot. We also don't buy the cheapest groceries. We invest quite a bit. We have a pretty expensive grocery list relative. It's one of the few things I really invest in, put a lot of money in, is my food. So Chipotle, maybe not the healthiest, but a lot of calories, pretty cost effective, especially when you have a gift card. Let's get a veggie burrito. Oh yeah, and pro tip, if you get the veggie at Chipotle, beans and rice, none of that tofu, sofrita stuff. I don't really like that stuff anyway. If you don't get that stuff, you get beans and rice, fajita veggies, no cheese, no sour cream, but you get free guacamole. It's not an extra add-on. So that's a pro tip. Other pro tip, second pro tip I'm gonna use today, you just ask if you want more calories and more food without any extra costs. You get a double wrap burrito, 2 tortillas, carb up. All right, let's go get, I'm getting hungry.
How's it going? Could I get a double wrapped veggie burrito, please?
Let's go pico de gallo. Oh, did I get black beans? Sorry. No, thanks.
Alright, so back at the house. Got my Chipotle burrito. I did carry it several blocks, so I got a sack, but otherwise I wouldn't waste paper like that. Yeah, but I'm gonna do some ab core work first because it's not gonna sit well after I eat this burrito. And then we'll do some work this afternoon and then get ready for the second run of the day. Yeah, check out Sandy's channel, Running Wild to Believe. She got great core, hip, glute activation exercises, routine videos. I'm gonna do the core routine now. So maybe I'll film a snippet of that, but we'll do more videos with more elaborate core stuff for sure in the future. But check out Sandy's channel, her video, I'll link to it in the description below, as well as maybe up here at the end of this video, Sandy's core routine. Core is important, it's key.
Got my bands, gonna do some of these clam things. Oh yeah, that's the spot.
I don't know if my butt's showing there. Oh well. It's all part of the muscle.
Alright, digging into my lunch burrito and an Izzy. Not the healthiest, but running a lot today. So good. So good. That's burrito. So I'll start importing the footage, put it on the external drive, do some editing for the vlog, maybe a training talk, get on Strava here and look at the training runs, as well as do some coaching work. What else am I doing? Probably should clean out our storage space too.
Little afternoon pick-me-up. Just a little splash of coffee before I do my training talk. I kind of got the afternoon slump now after that. But I'll have a little sweet with my coffee because I like a little sweet. And I made these cookies. They're vegan. They're not really the healthiest. They do have oatmeal in them. And, you know, you just use flax. You use flax meal mixed with liquid to create, well, actually used almond milk to create a binder because you're not using eggs. You're using almond milk. But they do have, I did use margarine. There is brown sugar, refined sugar, spices. And they're this color because I actually added chocolate chips, well, vegan chocolate chips, and the margarine was melted, and I added the chips in because I wanted to make them oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, and they like instantly disintegrated and melted, so they're all just chocolatey, and that's why
It's such a dark color, but yeah, you're just throwing a little baking powder, a little bit of salt, margarine, basically a lot of oil and sugar, a little whole wheat flour as well. But I do like something sweet in my coffee. I'll try to make some healthier stuff though later on.
Alright, out on my second run, going to Boulder Running Company, East Pearl Street, do their group run, get in some more miles, more fun. 6 p.m. double.
Double date.
Double date, Sandy. Gotta load up on the key right here. My Spring Energy. Need some Canaday in stock though. Dog's already back there.
Alright, back from the group run. Nice little nightly group run, weekly group run. I like to get out with some people in the community. To run, Sandy and I had a nice run. It's at 6 p.m. It's dark the whole way at this time of year, but on the bike path, loop that I would do a lot by myself at night anyway. More fun with some people. And I know a lot of people that work at the running store too. Some real fast local runners, men and women. Super fast, super friendly runners. It's nice to talk to them and see how their training's going. Maybe jump in some more group runs in the future for sure, as I kind of do miss that. And just being part of the running community, I've worked in shoe stores. I have over 3 years working in specialty running shoe stops, so I'm kind of used to that atmosphere, and it's real great, real strong community here in Boulder. But now we're making dinner. Sandy and I are back at the house. Gonna have breakfast for dinner kind of, and that does not mean waffles. So we're gonna throw these hash browns, baked hash browns, and throw them in the oven. And then also going to make the chickpea omelets. It's a forks over knives recipe. The key is having garbanzo bean flour. Chopping up some veggies, we're going to saute them, cook them up a bit, and put them in the omelets, quote unquote. Get some garlic going, that's key. And yeah, breakfast for dinner. Alright, so here's the garbanzo bean batter flour. I'm going to put it in the pan with the veggies. Added some spinach in there, mushrooms, garlic, onions, zucchini. And we got the hash browns in the oven. Shaping up to be a nice breakfast for dinner. Alright, so it actually turned out more like kind of like a scramble, like a tofu scramble. I made a double batch, so it wasn't cooking fast enough in the pan to make like a traditional omelet, so we went ahead and just scrambled it up with the veggies, topped it with some salsa, avocado, just kind of baked the crispy potatoes, what do you call them, hash browns, in the oven, and of course, a nice stout. Always keeps me warm in the winter. Love all types of beer, but especially stouts when it's cold out. Winter time, let's carb up. Can't even tell if I'm in focus there. Alright, so that was a day of running and eating and training. Probably gonna wrap up some more work on my computer, do some video editing, some more emails, fun stuff like that. Check my social media. I consider some of that it's part work, part play. It overlaps. It's all just a continuum. But anyway, thanks for following along. I'll probably eat a little bit more. My midnight snack. I still got some more cookies up there. I'm gonna try to be more healthy. Gotta stay lean. Get no stone left unturned for Boston, training for Boston, and want to share updates with you guys, more training vlogs as well as training talks, stuff you guys would like to hear about. So please comment below, vote up future training talk topics or anything like that. Be sure to subscribe, check out some of my other videos. I got playlists, you sell training plans at sagetraining.com as well. Really appreciate your support. Big thanks to Patreon supporters for really making this possible. Hope your running's going well, and we'll give that dessert clip, but last part of the night will be the dessert clip, what I ate. Thanks so much guys, and stay tuned for more Sage Running Vlogs.